Hey there. Time for our daily lectionary reading for May 4th, 2022. All my nerdy friends, may the 4th be with you. Today we have Psalm 121. And since it's day 3, we will do the Holman Christian Standard Version because I'm really rather surprised, but consistently they tend to do a really good job with the Psalms. They really keep the poetry and as well as the meaning. So I'm really just enjoying reading the Psalms through the Holman Christian Standard Version. We also have Isaiah 6, 1 to 8, and then Luke 5, 1 to 11. All right, so we'll dive right in with Psalm 121. I lift my eyes toward the mountains. Where will my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not allow your foot to slip. Your protector will not slumber. Indeed, the protector of Israel does not slumber or sleep. The Lord protects you. The Lord is a shelter right by your side. The Lord will not strike you by day or the moon, but the sun will not strike you by day or the moon by night. The Lord will protect you from all harm. He will protect your life. The Lord will protect your coming and going, both now and forever. Like that. Isaiah 6, 1 to 8, a version of God in the temple. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord sitting on a throne, high and lofty, and the hem of his robe filled the temple. 2 seraphs were in attendance above him. Each had 6 wings. With 2 they covered their faces, and with 2 they covered their feet, and with 2 they flew. And one called to another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. And the pivots on the threshold shook at the voices of those who called, and the house filled with smoke. And I said, Woe is me! I am lost, for I am a man of unclean lips, and I live among the people of unclean lips. Yet my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. And then one of the seraphs flew to me, holding a live coal that had been taken from the altar with a pair of tongs. And the seraph touched my mouth with it, and said, Now that this has touched your lips, your guilt has departed, and your sin is blotted out. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? And I said, Here am I, send me. I preached on this a while back. I'll try to remember to put a link in the comments if I can. So what do we have? A couple things going on here. The seraphs were winged fiery snakes. Winged fiery serpents. I don't know what's worse. A serpent that can fly or a serpent that's on fire. And with the 6 wings, 2 they cover their face because you cannot have your face exposed. You cannot see the face of God. Excuse me. And with 2 they covered their feet. And you probably think, wait a minute, feet? They're serpents. They don't have feet. That's correct. Quite often, typically, the covering the feet is used as a euphemism for their private area, their genitals. So they're covering that up because you want to be modest before God. One other thing I want to point out here, a couple things, but the first one is the holy, holy, holy. I think I may have talked about this the other day. In Hebrew, I remember this all started in Hebrew. There's the Septuagint is a Greek translation of the Hebrew text, so it all starts with Hebrew, the Old Testament. Hebrew does not have any qualifiers. It doesn't have really. There's no really great or fantastically great or very great. They don't have that. What they do is they repeat a word, right? So if it is a deep pit, you would say it's a deep pit or a pit. Um, so repetition is what gives it the emphasis. To do something 3 times, to repeat it 3 times, is to make it the ultimate. So if it was holy, holy, it would mean he was really holy. But it's holy, holy, holy. It is like the most holy. That's that third. And yes, we get Trinitarian thought in there too, right? Three, Trinity, sign of holiness, of completion. And what's the last thing? Oh, the coal, fire is is instrumental in the forgiveness of sins and in making something clean in ancient Israel, right? They did burnt offerings, fire. All right, that's enough on that one. Let's talk about Luke 5, 1 to 11. Well, let's read it first. Once, while Jesus was standing beside the lake of Gennesaret, and the crowd was pressing in on him to hear the word of God, he saw two boats out there at the shore of the lake. The fishermen had gone out of them and were washing their nets. He got into one of the boats, the one belonging to Simon, and asked him to put out a little way from the shore. And then he sat down and taught the crowds from the boat. When he finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into the deep water and let down your net for a catch." Simon answered, "Master, we've worked all night long, but have caught nothing. Yet if you say so, I will let down the nets." And when they had done this, they caught so many fish that their nets were beginning to break. So they signaled their partners in the other boat to come and help them. And they came and they filled both boats so that they began to sink. But when Simon Peter saw it, he fell down at Jesus' feet, saying, "Go away from me, Lord, for I am a sinful man." For he and all who were with him were amazed at the catch of fish that they had taken. And so also were James and John, the sons of Zebedee, who were partners with Simon. And then Jesus said to Simon, "Do not be afraid. From now on, you'll be catching people." When they brought their boats to shore, they left everything and followed him. I think sometimes we just overlook Peter, James, and John were the three disciples of the inner circle, but they were friends and partners before they were called. And yeah, I think that really just struck me just now reading this. I don't think I'd ever really noticed that before, that they came to Jesus already as friends and partners, and they became like the inner circle of the disciples. And I think it's amazing that they knew right away who Jesus was. We know, and it takes a long time for us to figure it out, right? Right. That's our lectionary reading for Wednesday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you.